Welcome aboard, everybody. My name's Captain Nipson, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're playing Legend Dragoon Severed Chains Edition. This is episode 6, and in the last episode we left Bale and we made it to Hoax, and we went and did the storyline there. We fought off Imperial Sandora. We fought off a Giganto named Congo, and the mysterious warrior who saved us at the... Excuse me, my dog is hacking up a lung. You good, Sonny? He's an old man. He gets hairballs every now and then. Anyways, back to what I was saying. In the last episode, we fought Congo, and at the end of that fight, the mysterious warrior Rose showed up and awoke our Dragoon spirit. And revealing that not only is she a Dragoon, but Dart is a Dragoon from like the Legends of the Dragon campaign. So now we are going to do something that's normally not possible in Legend Dragoon. We're going to get rid of Dart. Normally, Dart is locked in to the party, but no, not today. Not with the mod. You can now just move Dart at any time you want. It's awesome. It's really awesome. You can make some crazy busted party combos now. And so as you can see, Rose is level 8, so she's a little bit higher than Lavit, Shauna, and Dart, which is fine. We have it set up so Dart won't lose out on XP by not being in the party. Normally, characters not in the party get half XP. Luckily, the guys who are working on the mod, they are kind enough to add an XP multiplier for secondary party members. Because normally a big problem is you'll get through the game and you'll have like your core 3 members. So it'll be Dart almost always, and then 2 other characters. And so those 3 characters will tend to be way over-leveled. Not over-leveled. They will be the correct level you're supposed to be in areas, and your other party members you don't use as much, or at all, if you're like me as a child, they would be like way under-level, like 4 or 5 levels most of the time. So, first things first, on my first of my playthroughs, I straight up never knew that the fort was up here. Just did not know it existed. I don't know how. I guess as a little kid, I wasn't very good at the game. So like, I was really bad about getting to a certain point, not being able to do additions, and the game was too hard. And then I just kind of quit, and I would start over.
Whip smack.
Whip smack. As you can see, the enemies are a little bit tougher. We did take Dart out, which has the elemental advantage on most of the enemies in this swamp area, but it doesn't really matter. They also have an elemental advantage over him. Oh, so you'll notice on Rose, she has that thing called DXP, and she just got 35 XP for it. So DXP is not the kind of D you're thinking of. It is Dragoon experience. And the way you level up your Dragoons is by completing additions, which give you SP or spirit points. It takes 100 spirit points to get 1 turn as a Dragoon. And your maximum turns is tied to your Dragoon level. So right now we're level 1. So Rose can have 1 turn as a Dragoon before she turns back to her normal self. As you level it up, it goes to 2 turns, 3, 4, 5. 5 is the max, unless you do like some shenanigans with the spirit potion, but that's a really hard item to farm. It's not worth it. And I mean, an extra turn as a Dragoon is good in the early to mid game, but by the late game, you're pretty much doing as much, if not more, damage in your human form with the way the additions work in the game. But the Dragoons are still very powerful. Their spells are really useful all throughout the game. Oh my god. So, this area is a really good place to grind out additions, because if you retreat, it resets the entire battlefield. So you can make it to the last guy, reset, and then have this many more fights to grind up additions. Or XP's not really worth it, because you're getting like, well, let's find out. I'm not sure. It's probably going to be like 10 XP per person or something, if that. So, I mean, if you were close to a level up with one of the characters, sure. But for the most part, not really worth it. At least in my opinion. Now, I know some people who are fans of this game that I follow on the Reddit and some Facebook pages and stuff like, and the Discord for this the official Discord for this mod. And some of those people are talking about, oh yeah, I got to, you know, before I leave the forest with Dart, I have him at max editions on both Double Slash and Volcano. And I'm like, why? Why would you do that to yourself? That's 160 fights. That's 160 additions minimum, and you can take out all those enemies with 1 to 2 hits, and probably by the time you're like halfway through or done with Double Slash, you're taking them out in every single hit. So you're talking like almost 80 battles. Dart's by the time that happens, you'll be like level 5 or 6 before you ever get to Helena. Which, I mean, hey, that's how you want to play the game. I am not knocking it. Just saying, that's a little extreme. This game, now, obviously, there's difficulty modifiers and stuff for this game. I could absolutely 100% see someone cranking the enemy HP up or something like that and making the game intentionally harder. And they're like, no, you have to grind for it at that point. Which, that'd be fun. But yeah, I mean, this is a good grinding spot for additions. It's not, like I said, it's not the worst, but it's definitely good. There's no free heal. There's a couple places later on in the game that give you free healing and awesome, like, repeatable grinds. And if I'm ever under leveled or anything like that, that's where I'll do my grinding. But on disc 1, I don't really see a need to grind unless you want to do something very specific, which I'm not going to talk about because it's spoiler content. But for those that know, you know. For those that don't, well, you'll just know there's a reason to grind for a very specific thing on the first disc. Am I going to do it? No. Have I done it? Absolutely. Another cool like little detail is like these are quote unquote the same enemy as you met in Celis, but their armor is actually a different color and they're a different element. So it's kind of just cool little details like that are in the base game, but you can just more easily tell the difference now that the modders and the team have upscaled all of the holy shit. I forgot Lavitz was that weak to magic. But you can see textures and details a lot better now that they've upscaled these all the texture, the 3D models and stuff. Before, I thought these dudes had skulls like for heads, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. As a kid, I was like, oh yeah, zombies bad, you know. Obviously, a dude with a skull for a head is an evil person, but no, that's just now that it's been upscaled. That's just their helmet design. Make my day. If you also understand that reference. But I mean, yeah, we can also change the camera angles. That's kind of a cool feature. That's also in the base game. Those are your 4 angles. But, oh, this one's actually a fire element. Huh, that's crazy. Harpoon. I am going to do just the basic first editions to max level, and then I'll move to the second, and then the third. There's a couple of times I might skip around, like for a boss fight where I don't need Dragoon, or if I need a boss fight that specifically does Dragoon, like really useful to have one, I might change the additions, because additions do different things. There's 3 quote-unquote categories of additions per character. There are balanced additions, which balance damage and SP gain pretty equally. So meaning whenever you level those up or you complete them, you'll do good damage and you'll get decent SP. Then there's high damage, low SP, like Dart's Volcano. That's an example. It is much higher damage, but lower SP. And then there's the third type, which is high SP, low damage. Most characters' first edition is always balanced, so equal damage, equal SP. 35 is like kind of the standard because it takes 3 turns to get one Dragoon turn, essentially. But there's some that'll give like 200 SP. If I'm thinking of that correctly. Yeah, like there's one that gives like, I know that there's one that gives like 150. And I think one of the final editions gives 200, which is just insane. But it's the the final editions are extremely hard to pull off, even on like the easiest characters. They're still tricky. Let's see. Oh yeah, Rose took less than half the damage that Labbits took from that magic attack earlier. But another thing I kind of like about this game is the characters. The characters are all, the main party members are all very unique, and they're pretty well written for the amount of dialogue and like extrapolation you have to do. But they're all unique, they're well written. Alright, we got another mini boss. Oop. Alright, well, first things first. We're gonna, you know what, we'll Healing Breeze everybody. Just to be generous here. So, healing items in this game are OP. They give half your HP back, your full HP. Then you have half to the party. And then there's full to the party, which those are extremely, extremely rare. Then you have the revive items heal you back up to half. I'm going to work on building up Rose's additions, because she is by far the furthest behind. But I mean, between the two of them, we can get, if we focus on one of the lesser enemies, we can one turn take them out. As you can see, they're focusing Shauna. I don't know if that's because they know she has the lowest. Yeah. Whew, hey, I didn't. That's a lucky dodge. Those hardly ever happen.
Whip smack.
Whip smack. Good Lord. Okay. No. We're gonna just guard. That's... Harpoon! The addition lines will never get old. They're so good.
Whip smack.
Alright, so let's just hit this dude with one magic attack and see how much damage this does. Very respectable. Half his HP. You sorry sack of shit. So that status effect is called knockdown, obviously. Or no, it's called stun. I called it knockdown as a kid. You will not recover from that until you are hit by an attack. It is busted. It's all get out. You know, it's really annoying. Is he... I really hope this isn't a game over. I've never had all three... Okay, no, he's just gonna get a free kill. Yeah. Okay. Rose is up. Nope. Well, Angel Prayer. Shauna. And then... Alright, well, whoever goes next is just gonna, yeah. We're just gonna do this, kill him. Because Shauna is very physically weak. Alright, mini boss out the way. Attack ball. So the attack ball, I'm pretty sure, is one of the repeatable items, which just randomly uses an attack item, which sounds great in theory, but a lot of the attack items in this game are pretty useless on most enemies, unfortunately. Oh my god. Ton of lootable items here. Sun Rhapsody, that's for mana. As a Dragoon, once you unlock your Dragoons, you get mana, and that's how you power your spells, obviously. Hang on! We beat the Sandorans! Sir Lavitz. Watch out for the dragon's breath. This is... Acquired War God's Amulet. We will wreak your revenge upon them. So yeah, they're giving you a hint. See, there's one of the spirit potions I was talking about. Those are very rare. They give you 100 SP. This does count towards leveling up your Dragoon. However, Lance. I'm pretty sure Lavitz already had. Nope. Okay. So yeah. So his damage went from 27 to 42. So that's a huge bump. Weapons are your best friend as far as like increasing raw damage in this game. Now obviously some are going to have preferential to weapons that increase their magic attack and stuff, like Shauna. Shauna is very much a mage in this game. In fact, she is arguably the best raw damage mage in the game, and also the best healer. There is one other party member who is, well, busted and broken is the only way to describe this party member. It is not fair. They are just good at everything.
Whip smack.
But it does come at a price. They are a glass cannon. They cannot take a hit. For nothing. And that character is pretty much most people's that I talk to. This party member is almost always in everybody's party because just how good they are. Like, it's for first-time players. When this party member appears, I will be sure to tell you and highly recommend putting them in your team. You're gonna think, you're gonna call me crazy, because I promise you, at first they are super weak. But it's just like a Magikarp. You got to train up your Magikarp for it to become a Gyarados. That is exactly what this party member is. Oh, Myconids. My Conido. Dang, these little buggers are hard to hit sometimes. Whoever was going hard on that Kitar, mad respect. No! Do not put your spores on me! Nice. Alright. So, here's what I'm going to do. I think from now on, I think every 5 battles I'm going to swap out the last member, the first member to be added with the last member. I know that probably doesn't make sense, but here's what I mean. So, Dart was our first party member. So he got replaced first by Rose. So since Lavitz was our second, we're going to swap him with Dart. So now our party is Rose, Dart, Shauna. Then in 5 fights, we'll replace Shauna with Lavitz, and then every 5 fights, we'll just rotate it out. Obviously, that'll get more complicated the more party members we get. I don't know what kind of trees these are supposed to be, but they're creepy because that looks like a face in the middle of that tree to me. And there's a tree a little bit later on that looks like a giant creature of some sort. Excuse me, my animals are running wild, and I am trying to calm them down. Alright, fire. Hey, you know what? No, I'm not going to waste magic items. I mean, 13's respectable damage. 33's better. But yeah, talk about the identities of the character. Because Dart is required to be in your party in the base game like 98-99% of the time, he is an all-rounder. He is slightly above average at everything, but does not excel at any one thing. So, meaning he's always useful in pretty much every scenario. Lavitz is kind of he is a high physical damage, high HP, but he's not exactly strong against magic. In fact, he's pretty weak to it. That being said, you know, he's still offensively pretty strong. He's not the fastest, but, you know, decent. Shauna is the mage. She is also one of the main healer. Then Rose is actually unique, and she is powerful in the early to mid game. She starts off with the higher base stat total than any other character, but she gets the least amount of stat bonuses per level up. So early to mid game, so probably like disc 1s, 2, and like early disc 3, she is arguably like the strongest character stat wise. However, by the end of disc 3 and disc 4, she has fallen off very hard, and it sucks because she's such a fun character. I mean, she until the very end of the game, and I see the very end of the game, I mean like right before the final boss, she gets her final weapon, which then puts her on par with everybody else damage wise as far as melee attacks go. But outside of that, not so much. But she's good early. I mean, she's great. I'll show her off. So this is the tree that always made me think of like a creature. I don't know why it looked like an octopus or like a turtle or something, like crawling. I don't know. Little me as a kid just saw like some sort of creature, and like I was just like, oh, that thing's gonna wake up. That's gonna wake up. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Nope, never did. Would have been fun. Would have blown my mind as a kid, and also made me feel very vindicated.
Yes. Double slash.
Man, even guarding. Wow, that was... Missed that. Oh well.
Yes. Double slash.
Yeah, now once you get the timing down of these additions, super useful. Too early.
Yes.
Oh well. Dart can come in and clean it up. Dart's almost level 8, so that's not too bad. But yeah, now this tree, like this was the body, the one to the left was an arm, the one to the right, and the bottom left one was like the head or whatever. Always just made me think of some sort of like creature, I don't even know what. Nobody's ever really mentioned that I'm aware of. It's just something weird I've noticed is just that it's something my brain came up with when I was a kid. Kind of fun. Yeah, these enemies when they're one-on-one, joke. Absolute joke. I think, is that... Whatever, we'll call that 2 battles, and then... Magic Stone of Signet. Now, that's an item. That is a repeat item, which there are only 6 in the game. And it stops the enemy from moving for 3 of their turns. Not 3 of yours, 3 of their turns. So your mileage will vary on different enemies. I didn't really... Because it just reads as... Or is it 3 rounds? I think it's 3 of their turns. Because 3 rounds would be busted. Supposedly it's possible to get hit by those fish. Don't think it's ever happened to me. Ever? But people talk about like, oh yeah, if you get caught by the fish as it jumps, it'll start a battle. It never has happened to me. I don't know if there's a way to do it intentionally, but I've never successfully done it.
Whip smack.
Whips. That. I don't remember ever seeing that move, so I feel like they restored that because I would definitely remember that move, or maybe I just... No, I'm pretty sure as much as I've played this game, I don't know, I've just never seen that. Now, if it... I know some people out there are probably going to be like, oh no, Nipson, it was in here. Here's a video of the original game, and they were doing that attack. I'm sure, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, little cutscene. What's wrong, Shauna? I'm fine. My foot was stuck in the mud, that's all. See? Oh no. Did you twist your ankle? It's nothing. You can't stand up, can you? Come on, I'll give you a piggyback ride. But it's embarrassing. What are you talking about? I used to give you piggyback rides when we were little. Remember? Uh-huh, thanks. I'm such trouble, aren't I? I don't think so. I guess I should have stayed in Hoax? Are you serious? No, it's not. I guess I had a weak bit of a moment. You know what? I have more confidence now. I can fight to help everybody. I'm not a drag on others. But I still cannot fight like Rose. Shauna, you have something only you can do, right? You don't need to pretend to be strong. Besides, you can rely on me more, like in the old days. Dart, is Shauna alright? I'm okay now. Nice. The pain's gone. Let's go, everybody. Oh, sweet summer child. Sweet, sweet summer child. Alrighty, everybody. With that, that is where we're going to end this episode. Yeah. And thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Hope y'all are enjoying this as much as I am. And thank y'all so much. Bye.